Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Leon with No More Lines. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Leave a like and a comment and watch the video to the very end. In this video, I'm going to show you how to send automated Outlook emails using Excel VBA. So the first thing that you need for this is you're going to have to set a parameter, and it's going to have to be called create object, and in parentheses you're going to have to put Outlook.application. What that does is that interfaces with Outlook to where Excel can communicate with it. A subset of the create object is the create item, and I'm going to set that as a second parameter. And I'm just showing you here that essentially the comment that's errored out, or the line that's errored out, and the one that isn't, it's the same code. It's just the one errored out is simplified. And it's just showing that it's pretty much the create object is a subset of the create item is a subset of the create object. So basically, if you look at it from a hierarchy, the Outlook application is the mothership. The create object is how the mothership goes and creates different things. Then from here, I'm going to set up my outmail, and I'm going to do a width. And I'm going to show you that essentially I'm using the width to simplify the parameters, because otherwise I'm going to have to specify outmail.to equals, and I'm going to have to specify each one. It just basically makes it to where you don't have to type in outmail over and over again. If you just do a width, it just makes it real easy. And in this video, I'm going to show you, of course, you can send an email with an attachment or without one. And also too, I'm going to show you that you can attach the current workbook and also an external file on a share drive. And lastly, I'm going to show you that you can actually send an email automatically, or you can display it. The purpose of displaying is so you can test your automation to make sure that it works. It works well with if you're trying to test HTML. I'm going to make that in a separate video, but you can actually put HTML in the body of emails. And I've actually used some pretty intense processes with that have been very helpful. They've basically helped a lot of my businesses out. But I'm gonna make a video about that a little bit later. So we look at the top, you'll see that I have a parameter called attachment place, and you see that I have errored out or commented out the after workbook.full name. Basically, whenever you attach a workbook, you have to specify the full name so Excel knows exactly what it is. And it's just easier to just type out the full name. Now, the full name is the full path, including the folder that it's in as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first one. This one I'm going to do without an attachment. So I commented out the attachment completely. So again, as I said, it basically will set the Outlook app as as Outlook itself. The Outmail, it just goes and creates an item within it. You'll see that it's blank because it's technically an object. It's not a string or anything like that. It's a variant, but it's a high level variant, which is an object. Okay, so so from here, I'm going to do with outmail. You'll see that I have a to, I have a body, I have a subject, and here is where you're going to whether you display it or you send it. So you see I have commented out the send. .display allows you to see the email before it goes out. So you see here that it sends it. The No More Lines LA@fastservice.com. That's my default email address. It's going to actually send it from the default email address, and then whatever you specify here, it's going to set it up. Now you're probably wondering, are you able to like do CC and BCC? Yes, you are. You're able to do that as well, and I'll show you that real quick. So I can just add it here, BCC, and then CC, and same thing. And it'll actually put those in there as well. And if I didn't mention this, I am going to put a link to the the VBA library that has all of the different parameters. Pretty much you can set any parameter that Outlook accepts. And I'm going to just go ahead and finish this real quick. So I'm going to just do end with. And real quick, I want to explain these. On error, resume next. What that does is that if one of these parameters is wrong, it's just going to move on to the next one. And then the on error go to 0. What that does is that turns off this error handling. So it turns it off completely. Essentially, how you want to look at this is on error go to 0. 0 is the line in which the error would actually go to, or it would be handled at. And since there is no line 0, it just turns it off. It's like turning off a light. This here is just saying that if something goes wrong, resume next. This one says if something goes wrong, just go ahead and turn the whole thing off. And what it does is that it will display errors after this. And of course, whenever you set objects or set any parameters, and when I mean set, whenever you specify it as set, you want to unset it as well. And it's just a way to make sure that your code is clean. So just make sure that you set it as nothing on both of those. And you saw that it actually sends the email out. So the next one I'm going to do is going to be an attachment from an external file. And I'm going to actually just go ahead and just run through it. And you'll see that, and I did not take the attachments off, but I just want to show you that it does accept to BCC and NCC. So it accepts all those things. So let's run it again with the attachment. And I just have it to where attachments.add and an attachment place is whatever this is set up. So the first one is going to be an external file. So I'm going to actually just go ahead and do that. I'm going to do the external file first. You'll see that it does everything, and then it attaches the external file, and it's just a little picture of 3 birds. Okay, so here I'm going to do another one, but this time I'm going to attach the active workbook. So the full name itself is just going to be the full name of the workbook. It's the current workbook that I'm in right now. And real quick, it does work for VBA workbooks, and if you're working in VBA and saving out a file, it'll work for that as well. Basically, you need the full path of the file itself in order to attach it. And also, what's cool is that I'm showing you here that it's only attaching one file, but in essence, I can go back to this. I can go back to this style where it says outmail.to, and I would just do it to where it says Outlook outmail dot attachments dot add, and I can call it attachment place. And real quick, I'm going to show you why I'm doing this. So I can actually, after the end with, I can do this. I can set up the attach place a second time, and I can make it attach the first file and the second one. So I'm going to show you real quick. So when I go back and I run back through this again, you'll see that it actually put the Outlook, the current workbook name, and also the attachment I had. So what I'm saying is that to attach multiple files without using a batch adder, you would basically just go in and just put outmail.attachments.add, and then whatever the actual parameter name is. So like I said, it just shows you how everything looks. And of course, if you were to take this off and go to where it says send, when I run it now, it sends the email out. So it actually sends the email. So when I go to my Outlook and I go to my sent folder, you'll see that it actually did send those emails out. So you see here that it did send it out. but you see that it did it after it did it before I actually set it up. So I'm gonna show you real quick just how to deal with that. All you do is take the send and display out and just put it here. So just put outmail dot send. But actually I'm gonna do display first. And then when I run it this time, it's gonna do the same thing. And then if I do a send, it's gonna actually attach both files instead of just the one. Because in this case, whenever the send is initiated, whatever is after that, it won't actually run anything. So when I do it again, and I go back to my email, you'll see that it attached both files. So hopefully this was helpful. I kind of went into a couple of tangents. I just wanted to kind of explain a little bit more of what this was doing. I'm going to put this in the description box if you want to download this example. You're free to use it. This is probably single-handedly one of the most important things I've learned in VBA, is to be able to communicate with other applications, mainly Outlook, secondarily Access. I use a lot of Access, but definitely Outlook. Outlook automation is very helpful. You can actually do a lot with it. You can send out emails. You can do all kinds of things with this. And with the send and display options, you can test everything and you can make sure that it looks correct. So yeah, you have a blessed day. And if you like the video, please be sure to leave a like, share with others, and take care.